gonna start it right here.
You're gonna start it right there?
Yeah.
Well, how will the joke make sense if we're not riding?
Oh, alright, well let's start riding then.
Okay. This is a dangerous stunt right here.
Yeah. We did well.
Whoa! It's like those guys at the circus who ride around in the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we just did like that. That's our version of that.
Right. What's happening, guys? Well, today, me and Hermit are out on Saxton Mountain Road.
Man, I wish we had footage of what we just did, man. I kicked your butt. I was flying. You were way slower than usual. I think riding that big ass adventure bike is making you slow, dude.
What are you talking about, Hermit? I just beat you up the hill.
No, not coming up the hill. I meant changing the batteries in our GoPros.
Oh.
It was way faster than you. It took you forever.
Yeah, but I changed the battery in my vaporizer too.
Alright, maybe that was it.
Oh man. So yeah, as we can see, we are on some snow, which is kind of snow ice. It's, Miss Stacy would call it snice.
Schmice.
Snice.
I like that. That sounds schmice.
Yeah.
And I really should get on the right side of the trail instead of the side next to the cliff.
Yeah, I figured since it was slippery, I'd take this line even if it was bad.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Yeah.
So.
Get over there myself.
So we've just been kind of raging up Saxton Mountain. We rode down into Georgetown and had a dual sport lunch, which was actually pretty good. What was the name of the place that we went to?
Like Busby's Pizzeria or something?
Yeah, it was like
Mountain
Buzz. Yeah,
Mountain Buzz. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It wasn't awesome, but it wasn't terrible. Whoa. Really bad line choices through here. But yeah. Now Hermit decided he wanted to ride back up this after riding down it because he hadn't had enough.
That's not why. Go ahead and tell him why.
Alright, Hermit wanted to ride back up this because there's no other way for us to go home that doesn't involve the highway or 285, so 70 or 285.
Which are highways. One's an interstate, one's a highway.
Yeah, one's 2-lane, the other one's 2-lane too. But it's an actual highway. Yeah, it's because Hermit's a whip.
Yeah, I don't do pavement.
Nope.
It's like kryptonite for me.
Whoa.
I do like back roads and stuff, but like highways, no way.
Yeah, he'll ride back roads and stuff, but he doesn't like riding on the highway. Which is hilarious because since I'm not on the Africa Twin, I rode Xena from my house in Denver, or in Parker. I guess y'all know where Parker is by now. All the way up to Hermit's house, which is highway.
Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, just my back tire decided to go way up for a second.
Decided not to go the way that you're going?
Yeah. Alright, so we should talk about that. Like, I was thinking, like, you had to get a video done today on a DRZ because, personally, I like watching the DRZ videos a lot more than them adventure bike videos.
Okay.
And, so everybody out there who's on board with that, you know, this is my fault, okay? You can thank me that we finally got a DRZ video on CDS's channel again. So, you're welcome. So, but I told him, I was like, hey man, we should turn the cameras on and I should just interview you about the adventure bike thing. How's it going?
Yeah.
You know, and, see where we are on that.
All right.
So, first question. What is your favorite drink at Starbucks?
Wow, I should have known that was coming. Careful here, buddy. My favorite drink at Starbucks is caramel hazelnut frappuccino.
Oh, okay.
It's like a coffee milkshake.
Yeah.
Fat kid delight.
All right.
Yeah, so you get a big old one of those and you get some caffeine shock and some some sugar, and it's overall delicious.
Okay, all right.
Now, you know, the last time I had Starbucks was with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's not fair how you turn that around on me like that. Not cool, man. Not
how
cool.
about you shut your filthy hermit mouth? I am the king.
All right. Well, the next question is, how much worse are you at riding off-road now that you've been riding an adventure bike?
Actually, my riding on this kind of gnarly stuff has improved dramatically.
Right.
And I attribute that to riding the Africa Twin because it's such a bigger bike, so it has a lot more weight to it.
Yeah.
That with Xena, she's just like super flickable, and like, I don't know, I think I've told some friends, I don't know if I've said it on the channel yet or not, but it really, riding Xena now feels like riding a mountain bike. Yeah. Like, she's just a mountain bike with a strong motor.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, I feel like my confidence is way up. I feel like I've been like jumping off of rocks and doing wheelies and stuff on the way down. Yeah. And I just feel way more comfortable doing that than I did before. Okay. And it's kind of funny because I try and do that stuff on the Africa Twin, like when I was riding it up through Rampart. Yeah. And I'm not Chris Birch. Yeah. I don't have those skills. Yeah.
All right. So next question.
Okay.
How many more posts on Ivar that are self-righteous have you been making than you had before the adventure bike?
Not a lot, actually. I've been trying to maintain my CDS-ness. Yeah. And I've been trying not to get sucked into the GS world. Yeah. You know, it's not really not helping that Miss Stacy went out and bought a GS.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. So
it's a virus. You can catch it.
It seems that way. Yeah. So I told.
I'm gonna ride back here a little bit then, get a little bit more behind you.
I told everybody on the CDS Facebook page to get their Starbucks jokes out of the way. Yeah. And I actually got none. Zero. I was surprised.
Well, glad I could step in and take care of that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Hermit. Yeah. You're a true friend.
Yeah. So how much worse at working on your own bike are you now?
I'm actually way better.
Are you?
Yeah. I got to get my hands dirty again. Doing the panniers. Right. And a few other little mods that I did. Right. And you're presently helping me do the crash bars. Yeah, it's a freaking nightmare. Yeah, which is a nightmare. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's actually been a nice excuse to get out and start wrenching on the bike again because I've pretty much finished with Xena. I mean, I don't really see me getting too many more Farkles for Xena because she's the way I want her. Yeah, that's a good way to be. Got to get the Africa Twin the way that I want it. Yeah. And then I'll be a happy camper and be able to have a little bit of pocket money again. Okay. That brings me to a pretty good one, Hermit. Yeah. Interrupt your questioning here for just a second. Sure. Have you noticed? Well, I guess you probably haven't because you don't have an adventure bike. Nope. But any part for an adventure bike that either has the word adventure or like is something that you really need for an adventure bike? Yeah. The price is marked up about 75%. Yeah. So anything that should have came on at stock. Yes. Yeah. Right. And I said that when I first got the bike and was kind of talking about it during the off-road Mission Possible series. Right. You know, the stuff that it's missing. Yeah. Hey, can you stop and change a battery? Because you're getting too far ahead of me. You're getting out of the shot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm caught up. All right. So on that note, go ahead and continue your questioning. Okay. What's your handicap in golf now? I still hate golf. Okay, still hate golf. Still have no interest in playing golf. Yeah, well, maybe it's because you haven't ridden the African Twin for a full season. Maybe it takes like a year or so for all this stuff to really come to fruition. No, you know what I think, Hermit? Yeah. I think that's just an attitude that you either go into with buying the bike or not having when you go in to buy the bike. So you either go and say, okay, you know what? I admit it. I'm a douche. I'm going to get me an adventure bike. Yeah. Or you're like, you know what? I'm not a douche. I'm going to just stick with the dual sports. Well, yeah, I mean... That's what you're saying, right? I mean, to me, it's just a big dual sport.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, I'm not like, I want to join the adventure bike culture.
Yeah.
So that's where we came out.
Let's go back the way we came.
All right. I decided to do that kind of crappily, but okay, I can do that. Careful going down here. This is muddy, 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 muddy. Yeehaw.
So Miss Stacy got herself a GS650, right?
Yes, she did.
All right, and that didn't cost a whole lot, right? That was a pretty good deal.
It's a 2001
Yeah.
F650 GS, which was factory lowered after it was purchased, actually. We learned that. Because we went back to the original owner.
Yeah.
Because when she signed the title to sell it to the people that we bought it from, she signed the wrong side of the title.
Huh.
So luckily she still is around.
Yeah.
And we had to go get her sign something saying that she didn't mean to do that.
But more importantly, how does it get factory lowered after it leaves the factory?
Well, they went back to BMW and said, hey, this bike's too tall, can you put a lowering kit on it?
And then they shipped it back to the factory in Germany?
I don't know if they did that or if they just sent them over the factory lowering, lowering legs and parts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was done at the dealership.
Okay, so it's like OEM parts.
Right.
Yeah, okay,
but it wasn't lowered by them,
Okay.
It was using the factory parts and stuff.
Yep. All right. So that's, you got kind of like two ends of the spectrum within a few months. You got like about as expensive as an adventure bike as you can get. And,
nope, not even close.
What?
Yeah. The Africa Twin is actually super cheap compared to most adventure bikes.
That thing costs as much as a car.
It cost as much as my car when I first bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The KTMs.
Yeah.
And the BMW 1200 GSs.
Yeah.
Way more expensive.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just sounding dumber and dumber as I learn more about this adventure bike stuff.
Yeah. Well, there is actually a cheaper option though than even the Africa Twin.
Yeah, ride a dual sport.
No, the V-Strom.
Oh yeah, the V-Strom 650.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well, even the V-Strom 1000.
Yeah.
I don't know what they cost, but I know that they're not as expensive as the Africa Twin.
Yeah. All right. So what would your advice be to somebody who wants to kind of to kind of dip their toe into adventure bikes? Maybe coming from dual sports, would you say get like a GS650 or go all in and get the African Twin if you can afford it? Like, what's your guidance there?
Well, that kind of goes along with the guidance that I gave in our dual sport shootout video that we did, 2 years now almost?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Still the same piece of advice, and that is be honest with yourself about what kind of riding you're going to do. If you're going to be doing, not serious hardcore off-road like this, you'd be more happy with the GS.
Okay.
If you're going to be doing serious hardcore off-road, you're going to be more happy with the KTM.
So what you're saying is it's you're going to have to pay to play? Like if you want to do some hardcore stuff, then you're going to have to spend a lot of money, and if you're not going to do some hardcore stuff, then you can save yourself a lot of money by getting something like the V-Strom. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's pretty true. I mean, going into that market, I don't know if there's really anybody that just says, hey, I'm going out and buying a big adventure bike with never riding a motorcycle before.
Yeah.
You have to kind of have an idea of what you're going to be riding and what your end goal is. If you're just going camping, maybe up some fire roads or something easy, you don't need the 100+ horsepower KTM.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's just too bad then that nobody makes like an entry-level adventure bike for the budget-minded beginners.
Are you talking about the Zongshin? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I'm not talking about the Zongshin.
What are you talking about then?
Huh?
What are you talking about then?
I'm not going to say it.
KLR 650?
Why'd you have to say it?
Because you still owe me one anyway.
Yeah.
Hermit owes me a KLR 650, just so y'all know.
That's a long story. It's a different video.
Uh-oh. I made a dumb decision. thing is about the DRZ Hermit,
Yeah.
when you make a dumb decision,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
DRZ just goes right through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, what about kitting out a dual sport to ride like kitting out a dual sport to ride like an adventure bike, like getting some luggage and a windscreen, stuff like that? What do you think about that?
All right. Well, as you can see from the back of Xena right now, she's got luggage. It's not exactly big panniers or anything.
Yeah.
But the main kit, right?
Yeah.
The problem that I had with it is that I wanted to go far. I wanted to go, I wanted to go on, 1,000-mile journeys, take a week, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the problem with these dual sports is for a big guy like me,
Yeah.
it's just not a comfortable bike to do that kind of mileage on.
Yeah.
And also, with her geared down like she is for trails, 63 miles an hour is, I was running her pretty much wide open the whole way from my house to your trailer.
Yeah.
So, that didn't feel too good for the bike. I'm sure it was fine, but it didn't feel great.
Yeah.
And also, when you get bigger luggage, that's more weight, and you need more suspension. And the Africa Twin has that.
Yeah.
It's a heavier bike, so it already has heavier springs.
Yeah.
And it has, it's all built up ready for luggage to be put on. I mean, Honda sells their own panniers and stuff for it.
Right.
So it just kind of gives you that option there.
Okay.
Much more comfortable, much more smooth on the highway, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
So what I was looking for when I purchased an adventure bike was that it would be smooth enough and fast enough to handle any highway situation.
Right.
And then once I got to where I was going, that I could dump the panniers in the top box and be able to go ride some trails.
Yeah.
Granted, I know I'm not going to be riding up Saxton Mountain from Georgetown.
Right.
No, I understand that. But I'm realistic in what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to do exactly that for me.
Right.
And I'm figuring that out very quickly, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The transition from riding this to riding that was nothing. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah. All right.
So that was an extremely long answer.
Yeah. All right.
Got any mops?
I think we're out of time.
Oh yeah, we're probably out of time by 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks for letting me answer. Okay. One last question. How is this going to affect the channel? Like, I noticed you have like a very different audience on the adventure bike videos than you do the dual sport bike videos. Have we lost you to the adventure bike community? Am I going to have to drag the DRZ videos out of you when we go ride?
It's actually great that you asked me that, because you don't even know this yet, but I made a video that's going to come out, I don't think it's going to be next week, but maybe the week after, that is actually going to talk about that exact subject.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just give you a brief overview.
Well, it's probably going to be out before anybody sees this video then.
Oh yeah, it might be out before anybody sees this video.
Yeah.
So go watch that video. I don't know. I never put links in, but maybe if I remember to, I'll put a link in up here.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be called something like Status of the Channel or something like that. One of those corny names that I shouldn't use, but don't really care.
Okay. Oh yeah, like a life update video.
Life update, yeah.
I hate the life update videos.
I did one of those once.
Nobody should ever do a life update video.
Yeah, don't do life update videos.
Don't do that. Yeah.
There's nothing more annoying than life update video.
When we make our How to Moto Vlog 101 class, that's going to be one of the chapters is don't make a life update video.
I think I'm going to risk going the real crappy way.
I would.
The snow's not terrible, but on a corner like that and big rocks, Alright guys, well, thanks for tuning in once again. Appreciate every single one of you. Glad to see Hermit back on the channel. Good Lord, Hermit, where have you been?
Yeah, this just wasn't a good summer. Next summer is going to be awesome.
Jeez.
We're going to make up for this summer next summer. That's why I'm losing the weight. That's why I'm rebuilding some bikes. And setting aside some time to do some traveling. Next summer is going to be awesome.
You know what, man? Yeah, this summer has really made me appreciate hanging out with you.
Oh, thanks, man.
On the rides, because I haven't had any Hermit rides at all, and it's all just been like kind of upsetting.
I feel the same way. I hate it when I don't get to ride with me.
Yeah. You're such a jerk. Alright guys, well we will catch y'all later. Peace.
Hey, do you think Miss Stacy will let me borrow her adventure bike?